Good morning, my lovelies. I hope that you slept well. As you lay there in the bed this morning, I want you to take a deep breath and think about what you are thankful for. You woke up today. You have another opportunity to do something great, to make someone smile. So many times we wake up and worry starts to try to creep in. Whenever there is worry in the mind, all we can think about is what might go wrong or what has gone wrong. In the absence of any obvious problem or concern, the worrying mind will simply manufacture problems. And what we perceive as problems are often only circumstances. Restlessness is a similar agitated state. When people who pray or meditate are caught up in agitation, there are so many mental objects seeming to clamor for their attention. Regretful thoughts, neurotic thoughts, anxieties, speculations, assumptions. The volume of mental activity can seem overwhelming. I found that a surprisingly simple and useful technique for countering worry is to deliberately put to one side the specific concerns that are dominating in your mind. Certainly there are things in life that need planning, but so much of what we call planning is actually worry. So often we try to solve problems when we don't have all the necessary information. Concerns that are purely speculative, like what might happen if, what could happen. That's a complete waste of time. And one of the most valuable resources you have, my friend, is your time. A good friend once told me you should never spend time. You should never spend money. You should always invest your time and invest your money. When you are investing, it means it's something that's worthwhile, that can produce a positive return. But many times, when we don't have all of the information, we try to fill in the blanks. What might happen if? You're wasting your time. And when you get to the jumping off place between this world and the next, you are going to wish that you had all of the time that you wasted on what ifs. The significant feature of a restless or worried mind is the absence of happiness. That's the highest price that you pay. When we introduce happiness into the mind, restlessness and worry fall away. When we introduce gratitude and thankfulness into the mind, restlessness and worry fall away. Choosing to think positively. We can think about everything that is good in our lives as opposed to what's wrong. As the mind stops jumping back into the past or forward into the future, it becomes content. As you allow it to settle into the moment, concerns that loomed large now seem insignificant. And we start to wonder why we ever got so wound up to begin with. I want you to keep breathing, and I want you to think about what you're thankful for. What makes you smile? What are you excited about? What did you get excited about as a child? Did you love to color? Did you love to swim? Were you intrigued by plants and animals that you found outside? Did you love music? Did you love math? What made you excited? Maybe today is the day that you start to explore that again and exchange some of the worry for something that will bring you joy, happiness, positivity. But every time you have a thought of worry, every time you have a negative thought, what I want you to do is to replace that thought with at least as many positive thoughts. So if you have a negative thought of something that may happen, I want you to think about the most positive possibility in that scenario as well. It's a hard thing to stop worrying and to stop being negative because we're really trained that way so that we can survive. So it is a task, it is an endeavor that you have to be diligent in order to retrain yourself to see the positive instead of the negative. So to begin with, I don't want you to feel like you have to take the negative completely away. Those things are going to be there. Don't beat yourself up because you still think those negative thoughts, but I do want you to put right beside it the most positive possibility that you can think of in that scenario as well. And just make sure that you think of that possibility in every scenario where you have a negative thought that comes into your mind. And you will find yourself one day, it doesn't happen overnight, but it will happen. You will find all of a sudden that you go to the positive possibility first. You think of the good thing that could happen first. And you know what happens to the worry, the negative possibility? It starts to disappear. And you know what else I found? I found that the more positivity I purposely filled my mind with, the better my life actually seemed to go. The things that I worried about happened less and less. So today, I want it to be your mission to think as many positive thoughts as you do negative thoughts. Because a life filled with worry is no life. And you can retrain yourself. You can change your mind. You can change your habits. I believe in you. Take another deep breath in before we go out into the world. Let it out. And as you breathe out, imagine the worry leaving. And as you breathe in, pull in those positive thoughts. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a fabulous day. And when you lay your head down on the pillow tonight, you are going to be one step further along your journey to where you want to be. You will have made progress. And progress is always a very big deal. Have a beautiful day. Remember that you are loved. And I will wake you up again tomorrow.